Hi, hello. So if you're an artist who takes commissions, you have two choices. You can charge for your commissions or you can do them for free. Now, I'm an artist who's done about 400 commissions in total, the vast majority of which are thumbnails, but also some animations, profile pictures, other things along the side. So as someone who's made a lot of free things, I have a lot of experience in that area. So I thought I'd share some of my thoughts on what it's like to make things for free. Just a quick disclaimer, I have never taken paid commissions, except for, obviously sometimes people have donated to me, but those are not paid commissions, those are donations. Now, the first thing I want to discuss is when you should do free commissions and what reasons you may have to do things for free. Because in most cases, that really doesn't make sense. The reasons I can think of is if you want to practice, if you want to build a portfolio, or if you just want to help people. The reason why I've done so many free commissions is for the last reason, but it has inevitably helped me practice and build a portfolio as well. So if you are an artist who is just getting into something and doesn't really have much experience at all, it can be fun just to do things for free, to gain experience and practice, and improve your skills. I know when I started first making thumbnails, my thumbnails were awful, and if I hadn't made so many thumbnails, I wouldn't have gone better, at least not as fast. But the second reason is if you want to build a portfolio, and that will happen inevitably as you do more commissions, or just do more art in general. But the reason why you may want to use it specifically to build a portfolio is because even if you are already a good artist, but let's say you're moving into a space where you don't necessarily haven't done a lot in, like, let's say if you were a traditional artist and you wanted to get into thumbnails or something, you're probably gonna have trouble getting commissions to do like Minecraft thumbnails if you don't have experience or any work to show in that area. So what a lot of people do is they'll just make a few thumbnails or whatever art or work they want to be able to commission for free, just to build a portfolio so that then they can attract more clients. Of course, you probably could find clients who'd be willing to pay if you don't have much of a reputation, or if there's not a lot of people who know you, it might be a bit hard. And the last reason, just to help people, is something that probably wouldn't make sense for a lot of people, but for me, I specifically wanted to help out, the Hive community, because I feel like that was where I could have the greatest impact. I got a lot of requests to do thumbnails on Java and for bigger creators, but I really tried to, wherever possible, avoid that because I wanted to help out small creators in the Hive community, because I felt like there was a great need here, at least when I did take public commissions. That's one of the challenges though with free commissions or any commission in general is the lower the price of the product is and the higher the quality of the product is, the more requests and demand you're going to get. So it got to a point where I got so many requests that I obviously can't keep up. So a lot of people also do it where they increase the price of their commissions until they're getting the amount of requests or commissions they want, which helps them decide between the clients they're going to earn the most from. So those are the reasons why you may want to do free commissions, but there are some challenges that come with those too. The first obvious one is that you're not getting paid, obviously. So you're not really necessarily getting as much out of your work and your time as you should be and as you could be. The second challenge is that it can, if you're not really getting anything in return for it, it can lead you to kind of devalue your work to the point where you're not recognizing the value in your work, and you may be letting people take advantage of you or your work. So if you do things for free, just make sure that you're recognizing the value in your work, and even if you're not charging for it, it's always worth something. No matter how much you think you need to improve or how much better you feel like you need to get, your work is always worth something, and your time too. So don't feel like you have to do free commissions just because you're not good enough yet. Another thing that's different between free and paid commissions is if you're doing paid commissions, you are under some kind of legal contract or obligation that you need to keep in mind. You are expected to deliver something in return for being paid. And a lot of artists will be paid before they deliver the work. Sometimes the client will pay partially up front and then partially after they deliver, and other times they will pay everything at the end. But there's a lot of challenges between the trust of the client and the artist. So you definitely have to be more careful, because when you're doing things for free, you're not necessarily under an obligation to fulfill the request in as timely a manner or to a level of quality, because it's more like a donation or a charity work than something that you're selling. That being said, there's still you still want to have a good reputation, and like me personally, I I still try to deliver to as high standards as I can. What's this guy doing? No, poor guy, sorry. Sorry, gamer. He was doing well using the jetpack, though. Another thing to keep in mind with free versus paid things, and really with any commissions you do in general, is just how the clients treat you and how you treat the clients. Clients shouldn't really hold you to a standard or expect you to deliver to the same extent if you're doing things for free. Yet some will still, and if you are someone who commissions artists, just keep in mind that when they are doing it for free, you shouldn't take it for granted. Whereas if you are paying for something, there's a lot more to expect, and you expect them to deliver. Oh no, third party, sorry. I have personally had a very positive experience making things for free, because it's exposed me to and given me contacts with a lot of creators that I wouldn't have otherwise, and it's also helped me develop good relationships with many people. So there are a lot of secondary benefits you get to doing commissions, even if you don't get monetarily compensated. Another thing I hear from many artists is how, in terms of like the market and stuff, and the pool of people who are going to be making thumbnails for creators or art of any kind, is that they want the pricing to be balanced and fair. They don't want people to undersell themselves, because if they do, that makes it harder for the artists who are trying to get a fair price for their work to get clients, because the clients are all going towards the free or cheaper options. Now that doesn't usually happen, because often the best artists will still charge a higher price. Oh, that was close. But there are a lot of artists who are trying to make a living or get good earnings off selling their art, and just keep in mind and respect that there's nothing wrong with them charging more, as long as they're not obviously exploiting their clients. But a lot of art, I feel like, is sold or is commissioned for less than it's worth, and artists really often do deserve more. If you are someone who does paid commissions, one of the biggest challenges is, like, with art as a product, they only have your portfolio to work off. So it can be hard sometimes for people or clients to know exactly what they're going to get, especially if there's variation in the artist's work. So sometimes clients will be dissatisfied with the work the artist produces. What a lot of artists do to help with that is they'll have revisions that they offer, which I think is a good option, because it means that clients don't just get one product without necessarily any input on it, but they can expect some tweaks or changes if it wasn't how they expected or thought they requested it to be. And I even do that with free commissions, of course, because I want to make something that in the end the client is fully satisfied with. What's this guy gonna try to do? He's got diamond armor. No, don't. Oh, wait. Oh, he nearly made that. Oh, poor guy. But yeah, the biggest difference between doing things for free and doing things for paid is, if you're doing things for free, it's really just a hobby. You're really just doing it for fun, and you get a lot of secondary benefits, obviously. But hopefully your goal is to do something to help the clients, make something that makes them happy, while learning and progressing and improving yourself as an artist. But in most cases, you should get properly compensated for your art and the work you put into it. I'm somewhat of a rare case, but if you are going to do free commissions for a short period of time just to get practice or to build a portfolio, hopefully these things help you in your consideration of that and your plans for paid commissions in the future. But hopefully that was helpful. Thank you. I will see you next time.